Welcome to day 4. Are you ready for some singing and dancing? Let's welcome back Mayada.
Where the Spirit moves, there's freedom, freedom, freedom. And she helps us build community with freedom, with freedom. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for freedom, for freedom. Let's work together with the Spirit for freedom. Healing, where the Spirit moves, there's healing, healing, healing. And she helps us build communities with healing, with healing. We all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for healing, for healing. Let's work together with the Spirit for healing. Justice, where the Spirit moves, there's justice, justice, justice. And she helps us build communities with justice, with justice. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for justice, for justice. Let's work together with the Spirit for justice. Freedom, where the Spirit moves, there's freedom, freedom, freedom. And she helps us build communities with freedom, with freedom. 'Cause we all have a responsibility to keep each other safe and to meet our needs. So let's work together with the Spirit for freedom, for freedom. Let's work together with the Spirit for healing, for healing. Let's work together with the Spirit for justice, for justice. Let's work together with the Spirit for freedom. Nice job, guys. Give yourselves a hand. Nice work.
Thank you, Mayada. I love singing together. Let's welcome back our friend Heidi.
It's time for our first story for the day. We are going to learn about someone called the Good Samaritan today. Listen closely and try to imagine what you would do if you were right there in the story. Jesus was a really good storyteller. Did you know that? He told a lot of stories that he used to teach people more about God. Want to hear one? Well, one day, there was a man named Harry who was going from a city called Jerusalem to a city called Jericho. Now, they didn't have cars back then, so Harry had to walk all that way. Can you imagine? What's the farthest you've ever walked? For Harry's trip, he had to walk all day. Well, as Harry was walking and walking and walking, he ran into some trouble. Some mean people suddenly jumped on him, and they took everything that he had. They hit him a lot, and they ripped off his shirt. Harry laid there by the side of the road, hurting and sad. He needed help, big time. Soon, Harry saw a person coming down the road, and he yelled, "Help! Please help me!" Now this person, named Kathy, coming down the road, was a pastor. So what do you think she did? You think she probably ran over to Harry to help him, right? Maybe she prayed for him too. Nope. Not only did Kathy walk right past poor Harry, she crossed to the other side of the road so she could be as far away as possible. Harry's wounds were still bleeding, and he was in so much pain he couldn't even walk. He was desperate now, As soon as the next person came down the road, he shouted, "Help! Please help me!" Now this next person, named Levi, was what most people would consider a really good person. He not only went to church every Sunday, he also helped every week by setting up the chairs and playing guitar for the worship band. So what do you think Levi did when he heard Harry's cries for help? Maybe he called a doctor to come help Harry? He gave Harry some cool water to drink? Maybe he stayed with Harry to offer support? Nope, none of these things. Levi did the exact same thing as Kathy did. He crossed to the side of the road, held his nose, and wouldn't even look at poor Harry. By this time, Harry was so sad he felt like giving up. Felt like no one wanted to help him. Even people as good as Kathy and Levi. When the next person started coming down the road, Harry didn't even call out for help. He just sat there, closed his eyes, and waited to die. But suddenly, Harry heard a gentle voice in his ear, saying, "Oh no! What happened? I'm so sorry. I'm here to help." The voice belonged to... Dun dun dun! Any guesses? It was a Samaritan man. Remember the other day when we talked about those two groups of people, Jews and Samaritans, and how much they hated each other? Well, Harry was a Jew, so this Samaritan guy was supposed to stay far away from him. But instead, he took some Band-Aids and ointments out of his bag and he covered over Harry's wounds. Then he hoisted Harry up onto his donkey and took him to the nearest hotel where Harry could get the care that he needed. Now, when Jesus told this story, he was speaking to a crowd of Jews. But did you catch what he did? He made a Samaritan the hero of the story. You see, the whole time, the people listening thought Samaritans were bad people and the good people were the Jews like themselves. But Jesus turned that upside down. In this story, a Samaritan is the one to help a Jewish person when the other Jews ignored his cry for help. Jesus was showing the people that even though we might think people who are different from us are bad, sometimes those people are actually heroes and wonderful people. Jesus was teaching the people to listen to and really learn from people who are different from us. Sometimes we think we're the heroes when actually we're the ones who need help. Thanks so much for listening so well to this story about the Good Samaritan. I have a few questions for you to think about. What was your favorite part of the story? How did the story make you feel? Were there any parts of the story that surprised you? What did you think of Jesus making a Samaritan the hero of the story? What does this story make you think about our world today?
Wow, what a great story. Thank you, Heidi, for sharing with us. I think it might be time for a dance break.
I don't wanna be you. I just wanna be me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't wanna be cool. I just wanna be me.
Be me.
You don't wanna be cool.
Be cool.
You just wanna be me.
Be.
I don't wanna be cool. 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 I don't like being cool.
I don't wanna be cool.
I ain't tryna be cool. What's it like being cool? I just can't stay cool. I don't wanna be cool.
I wanna be cool.
I don't want you to be me.
I want you to be me.
You should just be you.
Okay, when I count to 3, I want you to freeze like a popsicle. 1,
You just wanna be me.
2,
You just wanna be me. Okay.
3. Good job. I'm going to read this one to you because it's something I have to keep learning and thinking about too. Since I was born as a white person, there are some things that I have to keep in mind every day. We learned about white privilege and how racism hurts our world, but we didn't learn about why and how this happened. There are a lot of really old reasons for this that still affect our world today. Remember, when we stand up to racism, we are practicing the lessons we learned from God and Jesus. But we need to know why this is so important and how we can do it. The main character in this book asks a lot of questions that I had when I was younger, and some that I still have today. So, find a comfy place for your body, and let's start reading.
Not My Idea, a book about whiteness. When grown-ups try to hide scary things from kids, oh no, not again. What? Mom, what not again? It's usually because they're scared too. Who is that with their hands up? Why is that policeman screaming at him? They want to bury the truth. You don't need to worry about this. You're safe. Understand? No. Our family is kind to everyone. We don't see color. Deep down, we all know. Color matters. Skin color makes a difference in how the world sees you and in how you see the world. I want to buy my aunt a gift. This'll only take a minute. It makes a difference in how much trouble seems to find you or let you be. In stores, in cars, on sidewalks, at school, your skin color affects the most ordinary daily experiences, including which neighborhoods welcome you. So relieved you got here safely. Why wouldn't we? The protests. They're blocking the road. Marchers came to demand justice for the unarmed African American. They demand an end to killings across the nation, part of a shameful pattern that has claimed lives particularly of young men of color. Marchers referenced past victims in a video taken by a bystander. You may get the message that racism is happening only to black and brown people. But racism is a white person's problem, and we are all caught up in it. I can't watch the news. That police officer was just doing his job. Mostly by refusing to look at it. Come away from the TV now. Look, I made your favorite. You can face this. Racial justice. We must step up. Understanding the truth takes courage, especially a painful truth about your own people, your own family. Are you all right? Even people you love may behave in ways that show they think they are the good ones. Racism was not your idea. You don't need to defend it. You can bring your curiosity to learn about it and see that it's true. I'll be over here if you need me, okay? Our shared history. In the United States of America, white people have committed outrageous crimes against black people for 400 years. All along, every step of the way, people who love justice and love each other have been fighting back. Many white people did things they never should have done. Denied opportunity, denied housing, denied voting rights, exploited the love and labor of black women. Many other white people failed to see the problem with this. These choices put wealth and power into white hands, homes, and neighborhoods. Some white people joined the leaders of black liberation. Liberation is love and freedom. Racism is still happening. It keeps changing and keeps being the same. And yet, just being here, alive in this moment, you have a chance to care about this, to connect. But connecting means opening. And opening sometimes feels like breaking. Our car's parked over here, love. Mom? I don't feel good. Uh-oh. Should I pull over? I need to know what's going on. Why didn't anyone teach me real history? What are you talking about? I do see color. I see yours, mine, and everybody's. You can't hide what's right in front of me. I know that what that police officer did was wrong. Go with your instincts on this one. Racial justice is possible, but only if we're honest with each other and ourselves. Okay, geez, you don't have to yell. I see a playground over there. Wanna get some air? Yes. Your history's not all written yet. What do you want it to say? Want to know whose liberation you are fighting for? Your own. White supremacy has been lying to kids for centuries. White supremacy is pretend, but the consequences are real. Whiteness is a bad deal. It always was. Dude, we can see your pointy tail. Contract binding you to whiteness. You get stolen land, stolen riches, and special favors. Whiteness gets to mess endlessly with the lives of your friends, neighbors, and loved ones, and all fellow humans of color, for the purpose of profit and your soul. You can be white without signing on to whiteness. Juliet Hampton Morgan was a white librarian who fought for racial justice in Montgomery, Alabama. When Juliet was riding the bus and the white bus driver would refuse to pick up a black bus rider, even after he collected their money, Juliet would pull the emergency cord and raise HE double hockey sticks until the driver did his job. This was an act of love for herself and for the community to which she belonged. What she did was called disrupting white supremacy. Grow justice inside yourself like a bean sprout in a milk carton. If it dies, plant it again. Never stop planting justice. A strong internal sense of justice will not fail you, even when a lack of justice in the world does.
Thank you so much for reading with me. Now would be a good time to grab a friend or a sibling or a grown-up to think about what we just heard. Here are my questions. What was the story about? Have you ever had any questions that the girl in the story had? How did the story make you feel? Can you point to a place on your body where you're feeling something? Do you have any questions about the words in the story? What do you think you can do to plant seeds for justice? When we fight for change, we grow closer to Jesus, who loves us and loves when we change and grow in the image of God. For our art project today, we are going to make a creature whose whole life is about changing and growing. Can you guess what it is? It starts out as a caterpillar and turns into a butterfly. Before you get started on that, I would love to pray together one more time. You can use what you made yesterday to help you. Will you join me? Dear God, please help us to fight for the liberation of all people. Help us to grow and change like our butterfly friends so that we can love our neighbors better and love ourselves better too. Amen. Let's sing.
That God is always with you. Go and learn to make peace in the world. Da-da-da-da-da. Kids, we love you. Know that God is always with you. Go and learn to make peace.